Hello and good morning on Wednesday. Yes, it is Wednesday. Still at home, still recovering, getting stronger every day. I really feel it. Man, I really took for granted how easy things were, like walking upstairs, carrying something across the room without getting lightheaded and wanting a nap. So anyway, I'm working hard. I'm using this thing every hour. I'm supposed to do 10. I don't know if I still am, but it's a spirometer, and I have to get this little guy, this little whirligoo up into the smiley face zone, and I just move this as to how far I can get this up and kind of as a gauge. So I'll give you a tutorial. Here you go. I have to breathe in. So I go. Ten times an hour. I'm not doing probably 10 times every hour, but I am getting close. Anyway, that is something that I've been doing since hospital. So trying to make the lungs stronger, get them beefed back up again for school, for life, for all the things. Anyway, I just wanted to pop on today. I am going to put up my video of my normal school week. I don't remember where I even was, but the last day of school that I was there was November 14th. Yes, November 14th. Sorry, the hair is a tragedy today. And so I am just going to, that's so much better. I'm just going to put up what I have, okay? And then I've been making a list of things that I can do because I'm very limited right now. I am not a person to rest, which probably landed me here. I am not a person to sit unless I am making something on the computer, doing, obvious things like that. But I've taken on another project. Raise your hand if you're surprised. Put your hand down. You're not. Okay, so my new venture, and it's not new as of this week or anything. It's been a couple months, but I have such a love of thrifting, and I may have mentioned this before. I don't know. Not that part. You all knew that part. But I can't just buy everything and keep it. As it turns out, that is you can't do that forever because the house doesn't get bigger. Darn it. Anyway, so what I decided to do is become a reseller on eBay because I love finding things that I think other people might like. And so now I'm doing that. Yes, because I can do it sitting in my chair. So I don't know what's happening. Please don't judge. Anyway, so sitting in this chair this week, I have listed on eBay some coffee mugs. I'm a collector. I'm a teacher, which is a very nice way of saying hoarder, because we buy everything and we save everything because you never know when this strip of 1-inch lace might come in handy, Anyway, so I collect coffee mugs, but I drink iced coffee. Make it make sense. I don't know. I just love them so much. And so I started with mugs, and I've listed, I think I have like 37 right now items listed. I've already sold 5 things. Like, who knew? Some of these mugs, I do feel like, because I've been doing this since about age 18 and I'm older than dirt right now, I feel like I just have an eye for what people might like and what I like. I buy what I like, and then a lot of times it happens to be, what's good. So anyway, that is one thing. on my list of things I can do, sitting in a chair. So Monroe, if you remember, our sweet Monroe, my daughter's bearded dragon, who I had the privilege of loving and caring for 3.5 years, who passed away. She had liver issues, liver tumors. I loved her so much. She got me through COVID. She was there online with me. When I would read to the kids, she would just sit here and they would pay attention because they wanted to see what Monroe was going to do next. So she was truly, truly loved. Anyway, Katie, my daughter, whose bearded dragon it was, she, with her dad, made we called it Monroe's McMansion. It's this huge cage, tri-level really, 2 levels for the lizard, and then an underneath part for storage. I still have it in my living room. For a while, I wanted another bearded dragon. And who knows, the day may come where I do again. They're a lot of work, and you're not guaranteed a long life, and that's sad, and I don't know if I want to go through that again. So anyway, Monroe might have been a one-off. We'll see. But because I still have this monstrosity in my living room, I thought, you know what? We're making it an eBay center. For a while, I was going to use the top section to grow like some herbs and stuff, because it does have the hanging light. I can make it kind of humid in there. So I love things like oregano, cilantro. So I thought maybe I could use, mint. Oh, I might still use like a small corner for that. We'll see. But right now it's storing coffee mugs that have been listed on eBay. I'll never forget, my son and daughter-in-law came over one day, and my son just looked over and he goes, "So we're storing coffee mugs in there now?" And it was funny. Anyway, yes, Nathan, we're storing coffee mugs in there now. But with selling on eBay, you need boxes, you need bubble wrap, you need tape, you need all the things. So I thought maybe I can turn that into a little eBay center. So that's one of the things on my list that will not take a lot of energy. I won't have to move a lot. Another thing I'm going to do, if reading has been really hard. I'm just now, I would say in the last day, I apologize, this is just me now. In the last day to 2 days, I've been able to focus on words on a page. My eyes have been my whole head has been yuck. And anyway, I picked up this book again. I have this one. And the one that came before it, The Black Plague. But I thought I can sit here, can read, I can do a book study. Those 2 things. So I'm going to give that a try. Not promising anything, but I do have this I Survived series as a growing bundle in my Teachers Pay Teachers store, so I need to get those done. Not putting pressure on myself to do it right now, but could. Also, I am miles and miles and miles behind on Project Life. Yeah, because life. And I've printed out pictures for a few of the weeks. It just doesn't feel doable right now. It kind of feels a little bit overwhelming. So I might, this is pulling on my hair. I might give it a shot. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see. To catch up with that. Also, I ordered, when I was in the hospital, well, no, not really in the hospital. When I was home that week between hospital visits, I spent my days sitting in a chair because I needed to be upright to breathe very well. Laying down it's not an option. But I spent a lot of time watching December Daily and Project Life videos. So December Daily is a thing that Project Life, if you don't know, it's an Allie Edwards / Becky Higgins / all the guru scrapbook ladies. And a lot of the scrapbooking community does something called December Daily and October Daily too. I'm not sure what happened in November. I don't know. Anyway, they put together a small-ish scrapbook of the days of December. So back in November, when I thought, yes, I need a fresh start for December because I need a reason to, you know, be happy again here with all this being sick, I thought I'm gonna start December Daily. Well, then we know how December started. It was rough. It's still rough. But I did order from Allie Edwards this beautiful, about took myself out, beautiful 6x8, yeah, 6x8, help me, what is this called? Photo album. And it comes with all of these different kinds of pages. Some are full, some are half. Let me hold that up. Some are half, so you can do top, bottom. And then some are, the top is divided in two and the bottom is still 4x6 and 4, so 4 spaces for pictures or journaling. And then the last one is this 2x2, which I happen to kind of love because you can do little ephemera in there. You can do little tiny pictures, little tiny words, stickers. They're really fun. So I bought this. I really want to do it, but my perfectionist OCD, everything's got to be great self is just saying, no, you can't do that. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. It may stink, but I can do it. And I kind of want to. So I can set this up while sitting still in a chair. So it made my list of things I can do. Also with this order, just so I can show you everything that I ordered, I didn't order a ton. One of the things that I ordered was a printable. I thought it was an actual product, but it doesn't matter. They're little round, I think, numbers 1 through 31. So you can number each day in your December Daily. Then I got this beautiful ribbon. I'm really shaky today. I think it's the methylprednisone or whatever steroid I'm on. Makes me a little bit shaky. Anyway, beautiful velvety ribbon that I can use either for cards or in my December Daily album. I also got, I'm excited to use this. Where? Nobody really knows. But I got a 4-pack of metallic ink that I'm super excited about. So let's take a peek. There's a silver. This one is kind of a bronze. Is that gold or bronze? Platinum, so neither. Then we got metallic gold and metallic rose gold. Aren't those beautiful? So I need these like I need a hole in my head, but it just sounded fun. You know, sometimes you just do the thing because it sounds fun. And so I got those 4 inks that I could, I don't know, do something with. And then, well, stamp something with. And then the only other thing that I got was, I need to slow down. This is a put it together, I'll just get that later. Put it together yourself book. So it comes with this and this. So you put it together with the rings and then you make your own little book. I thought this might be cute for like by the month pictures of Jacob or recipes or you name it. Who knows? But it was inexpensive. It was like $4. So Thought I probably should add to cart, right? Anyway, that is what is on my list of things I can do sitting. Okay, also on my list of things I can do while sitting still, my book journal. I definitely need to update. I could also film some book wrap-up videos. I think I left off in August. September, October, no, wow. Yeah, I could do some of that. Maybe. That's a lot of talking though, so we'll see. Set up a 2026 calendar. Did I use mine last year? Nope, 3 months in, kaput. But every year brings new hope. And also new cute calendars, as it turns out. So we'll see. Maybe I'll try that again. I can buy gifts. I have a Secret Santa at school that I've already been working on. So can do some things for there. Some other Christmas school things. I did buy, and I'll show you later, a craft that I'm hoping and praying I get to do with my kids next week. I'm really hopeful that I'll get to go next week to school. We have all day Monday, all day Tuesday. I think we might have all day Wednesday or a half day Wednesday with the kids, and then till 11 a.m. on Thursday. And then the rest of Thursday is teacher work day, and all of Friday is teacher work day. So I can do that because I can sit in a chair and do the things or be very minimally moving around. So if I can get through Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and a little bit of Thursday, I think I can go back. I really want to go back. I'm so missing my kids. I'm missing being a teacher. So we'll see. Anyway, that is what I'm up to these days. I wanted to make this quick, but I don't know quick. Quick is not my jam. But anyway, I wanted to come on, talk for a minute, and then I'll put a little bit of the last, wherever I am in school weeks. So you'll see a little bit of that mixed with this, and I will then see you next time. So thanks for watching. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed, and tune in for more soon. Bye. Good morning, happy Monday. It is Monday in the neighborhood. Right, honey? It's Monday somewhere. Here, it's Monday here. And it is the Monday after Halloween. Really glad. It seems like it was way longer ago than just Friday. I think because it felt like it lasted a very long time. It didn't. It was only a day. Well, that's not true. It was a whole month. But now that is in the rear view, we are focusing on fall and Thanksgiving, and then it's Christmas around the corner. It's crazy. Anyway, school-related things. I went to print out my new sentences, the sentence practice that we do every day by Mandy Neal, but it wasn't, I think it wasn't uploaded correctly, so couldn't do that. Hold please. Her new November one. So I sent her a question. Hopefully she'll answer and re-upload this morning. If not, then I have a backup. I just pulled one from July. Better than nothing. I mean, really, the subject matter isn't what makes or breaks it. It's the practicing, so it's okay. But that, and then I did not print out, so I will have to go in and print. Our copy center has not been very timely, and so I don't have our new Good Morning Sunshine papers for today. So hey, cool. Half my packet isn't packeting. So I am gonna get out of here. It is 6:32. So if I leave now, I have a shot at getting those things done. And I have plenty of other stuff. It's just that that's our routine. Kids count on it. You know how that is. So I am gonna scoot out so that I can get those things done, but I will see you after school. Hello and happy end of Monday. It was a pretty good day, you know, ish. Wasn't bad. Could have been better, but it wasn't horrible. So we are, let's see. What are we doing? We finished up our Unit 2, everything that I wanted to do for Unit 2. Unit 3, I'm talking about benchmarks, sorry if I didn't already say that. Oh, they already did the date, yay. Oh, you know what? It doesn't matter. They won't do them in color anyway, so I can copy them here. I was gonna say I don't have my new vocabulary, but I'll do just the first one for, I don't even need it for probably another 2 days. So the vocabulary from Unit 3 I bought, but I haven't sent it yet to the copy center. So I'm going to do that. We started our new map skills, which was the one from Blvd that I showed you. And we started our new articles of the day today. So we had a really busy day. There were a lot of kids that have done virtually zero. I'm going to set you right there, that have done virtually none of the articles of the day. And so we had a little talk about that and about what are you doing during this time. Some of them are doing other coursework, which is great, but not really because they're given time to do all of it. So got a little cranky about that. Sorry, we're going to set you down by the books here for a minute. If you see a skeleton, don't be scared. You're sitting on a human body book. It's all good. We had another computer added here. Not added, just turned in. So what was I going to say? I don't really know where I was going with that. Oh, so we started another ReadWorks articles of the day, and we're reading right now about ocean animals, so that's pretty cool. And that's really it. That's all that we got up to today, and that was plenty, let me tell you. That was good and plenty. So anyway, what is happening here? They're so hard on these computers. I don't know, not the computers, the cords. Not real happy about this. I don't know what I'm going to do about that. We'll see. I'll fix it tomorrow. I want to go home now and just rest. I am feeling a little overwhelmed just with all the stuff that's going to be due here soon and that the kids are needing and yada yada. And we got another new student and we just lost one and grades for that one and blah, 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 blah. So I'm going to go. I have some grading to do at home tonight, and then I'm gonna go to bed and read, you know, like every other night. That is my escape, and it does help me just feel just good and human and normal, and I love it so much. So I don't have anything else to tell you about school, so I'm gonna get going, and I will see you in the morning. Good morning and happy Tuesday. This week, I don't know if I told you this yesterday, we have a regular, not our regular, but a full Wednesday. Because next week we have Veterans Day. So I'm guessing that's why they picked, I don't know why they didn't do it next week, but anyway, we have a full Wednesday this week. So no meetings and stuff, which that part's good, but the kids of course are mad. Why do we have to, you know? Then I told them, well, you get Veterans Day just one day, that's all. So I'm not sure what that's all about. They're sounding like the teachers now. Just kidding. Today we have regular stuff on tap. I did not print out vocabulary last night. Oops, I meant to. Actually, I was thinking about it. For Unit 3, hold please. But since they won't do it in at the copy center in color, I can just print it out at school. It is nice to get the stuff, you know, printed for me, but that's okay. I can do that, at least for the first story, and then maybe I'll send the others to Copy Center, but that is about it. And then I'll pass out the new books, probably not until tomorrow, because I'll show you what I plan to do today if things go according to plan, which always have to preface everything I say with that. If. I love word etymology at all, in any kind, but when it comes to, sounds so goofy of me, but like roots and base words from Greek and Latin roots. There we go. Whoop, done, said it. Love that, and I love getting to show the kids, you know, hey, you can figure out other words, blah, blah, blah. Yes, we've already talked about a lot of that this year, but I got this product a little while back, and I am going to do one of those this week in the form of a foldable. So that is what I'm going to probably do today. We wrapped up the second unit. I'm sorry, I'm thinking at the same time I'm talking. We wrapped up the second unit yesterday, so I think I'll just throw that in as a little boop break, and then we'll hit unit 3 tomorrow. It's the government unit, and it's not super exciting. So I do have a activity on branches of government that I might do as a way to get the information to them, as far as informational text goes, text features and those kind of things. I have lots of ways to get that out to them. So we'll see. We will see. Anyway, that is my day, and I'm going to get going. It is 6:33. So, I mean, a little bit better than lately, but we've got to get back to leaving by 6:20, 25. That's just better for me. Anyway, I'm tired. Didn't sleep great last night. Tried. But anyway, I will see you after school. Hello, happy end of day Tuesday. I don't have much of a voice. You know, this morning was pretty good. We had a good morning. This afternoon, not particularly. We are just really having a hard time following directions, and I have taken to giving directions like this. Sit at your seat. That's it. And that was really hard this afternoon. I probably said that to several of them 5 times. And so what do we do, teachers, when kids require multiple times with a simple direction? We redirect, then we start taking away what is, preferred activity. In this case, the only thing we have is our recess time, which we all know that kids need, right? So we have a big old dilemma, don't we? Kids need recess. We have no leverage other than recess. So please drop me in the comments some things that you do. Now, I do not take away their entire recess. They get what we call wiggle and bathroom time, and we might have them just run to a fence and back a couple times because, yes, they need that time to run. I recognize that. I understand that. I am that. So I get it. However, this is also not without parent contact. I talk to parents about this. A lot of times I am met with, yep, I know it happens here too. Well, what are we going to do? How are we going to fix this? How are we going to make, the parents do have leverage. They have video games. They have friend time. They have toys. They have things that you can bargain with that we at school do not. So help me come up with some other good ideas, please drop them in the comments. Because I need some kind of new, I've noticed with the kids that we're getting in these days, and I'm going to say these days because it's not just this year, it's maybe the past 5 or 6 years. Oh, my chalk is done. That's fantastic. That we are just seeing the need for gimmicks more and more. And we need to change things up on a daily, not weekly or monthly basis. Things like how you reward, how you teach, what voice you teach in, you know what I mean? It's crazy. So because their attention spans are faltering, we have to constantly change up, how we instruct and how we do things. It's exhausting. And I feel like, I'm pretty good at that. I can get really quiet all of a sudden and then really loud and crazy and use my British lady voice. And that wasn't it, clearly, but you know what I mean? Anyway, they don't want to do what they don't want to do. I'm going to guess that they are almost never held accountable. Some, obviously, I'm talking about some, not all, but it's lots. It's not just 1 or 2 kids. It's lots. And unfortunately, I tell them, my no will never be a yes. My yes will never be a no. If I ask you to do something, I am going to hold you accountable. If it is until the last day of school and you're no longer my responsibility in class, until the end of time, if you are in this class, the end of time, meaning the end of the year, then I'm going to hold you accountable. You better believe it. So anyway, that's where I'm at. So I have a couple ideas. I don't know. We've done we're still doing the tallies. Hold, please. Okay, sorry, somebody at my door. Anyway, that's where I'm at. I have a couple ideas, but the tallies are working for some, not for others. I'm hopeful. I was telling my partner teacher that I'm hopeful that after they've actually gotten a reward, because we are real close, that that might make the difference. Maybe then they'll be more excited to do it another time. Sorry, choking on absolutely nothing. Anywho, that is kind of where I'm at in education these days. It's rough, people. But, mostly it's just exhausting because I find myself saying the same thing over and over and over and over and over. And, that was the tallies. That was kind of the idea of the tallies. Every time you interrupt me, I have to start something over. And so this is why I'm making you aware of how often it is. And that is it was effective and helpful. And they do still remember in the beginning, because they'll say, Mrs. Butler, do you remember how many we got? Oh my gosh, it was 49. And they remember. So yes, they're getting better. I guess that's the focus, right? We're getting better, but sometimes the behavior at the end of the day, I feel like, no, they really aren't getting better. I don't know. Maybe am I being not critical enough of exactly what's happening? Sometimes I know that's true because I'm hit with 25 things at once. It's not like you get to deal with one problem and then the next problem. No. They all come at the same time. I'm sorry. I'm having some trouble putting the camera where I need it to be. Anyway, it was mostly okay. We did get our new vocabulary list that went with Viz that I showed you this morning. Tomorrow is the 5th. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes. Okay. And great news. I'm going to field questions, even though I've told both classes, I'm going to field questions all day long. Mark my words. Why are we not getting out early? Why are we here all day? What is going on? What is happening? To which I'll say, I don't know anymore. But anyway, we have a full day tomorrow. with kids. So they're not going to know, even though I've told them why or what is happening. So that'll be fun. Anyway, it's fine. Everything's great. I'm going to go home. I'm going to relax. First, I'm going to clean up the room a little bit. I have papers that I ran off that I need to put where they go and things like that. But anyway, this morning I did something kind of fun with my morning class. I told them when we're learning about this day in history, my lips are so chapped, they like just hurt really bad. I need to reach for my chapstick, but I'll wait for a minute. I told them if there's anything when we're when we're reading this day in history that they want to know more about, to write it on a sticky note. Just say, hey, Miss Butler, can I have a sticky note? And I'll cover up the name. But we learned about the first Russian dog in space, and it was a sad story because ultimately she passed away, but it was a mission that they were using a dog to see if it would be safe for a human. And then that is a whole can of worms when you open that up. Someone else wants to learn about Japanese food. We haven't actually had that as this day in history, but that person wants to know. And this person wants to know more about Egyptian history. So today, this day in history was about finding King Tut's grave. And I always include pictures that I find on the internet, obviously, that are, kid appropriate pictures, because sometimes this day in history is war and you got to be real careful, So I'll show like something where we can talk about, cause and effect, or what inferences can you make from this picture, things like that. So I always try to tie it back into something reading skill. And so that is what we did today with King Tut. And so some were really, really interested in learning more about just Egypt in general, Egyptians, their burial process, their food, how they surrounded the people that had a lot of money, surrounded themselves with their treasures in their tombs, and why they did that, and just really interesting stuff. So I'm going to leave on that positive note, and I'm going to sit down for about 4 seconds and do a couple of emails, and then I'm going to get going home, but I will see you tomorrow morning.